And the one stock which has moved relentlessly since its listing has been IREDA. So who better than Pradip Kumar Das, the CMD as well, to talk about what the vision forward for the company is. Mr. Das, always good having with you, having you with us. We were just talking about as to how 6 months of the year are already over and what fabulous 6 months it's been for you at IREDA as well. Tell me, what's the next half of the year, next 1 year looking like for you?
Yeah, very good morning. Thank you. First of all, why you are talking of 6 months? Look at 4 years. 4 years and 3 months. So we have been consistently and continuously giving both quantitative and qualitative growth in our results. When I'm saying quantitative, that means the numbers, what you say. And this quarter, when our sanction is gone almost 382% up, that gives a kind of thing, wow. But if you see our first quarter, previous year was little lower figure, some 1200 and odd. So that was not a bad BA. But normally first quarter used to be slow. But what we have changed our approach now, that we want to have a even kind of figures. But since the project construction happens by and large in a seasonal manner, post September the construction picks up. So therefore, the funding from September onwards goes up. But what we have planned, our sanction and disbursement this year, our sanction in the first quarter itself, we have focused and it has gone up. And as I said, 4 years and this 1 quarter, we have given the numbers. But most importantly, quarter by quarter, we have improvised our governance standards. The net NPA from 7.18 in March 20, which came down to 0.99 in March 24. And I'm hopeful it will be sustained or further reduced in the quarter. We do not know, but now only we have submitted the information with respect to sanction, disbursement, and loan book. So all are quite encouraging figures. But apart from that, one point probably analyst or media is not able to catch. Look at our quickest reporting result. That speaks a quality governance. Normally, people consider that it's a government company, this, that, but I believe in government company, we have a well laid down policy procedure in place. And if we follow those and with a timeline approach in mindset, we can deliver to the maximum. And if you look at, we had already completed our AGM in last June 24. Other organizations, they are now struggling to close their accounts or preparing for AGM and all, or thinking of AGM and all. And we have already given the provisional data on 30th itself to the stock exchange with respect to quarter 1 result. And we are planning to have our audited, full audited result of first quarter, again, quickest among all the NBFC and banking companies, as well as CPS in the
appreciated. No, clearly, this is pretty well appreciated, and a lot of strategists do admire this speed, from IREDA as far as declaring of numbers are concerned. But just to clarify, what we meant, what Aisha was actually meaning, that since listing, that's why the 6 months. Surely your performance for 4 years is commendable, but we have started taking notice of it only since you got listed. Let's move on. I want to understand from you, just a week back, we had an analyst from Elara talk about how the Section 54E actually could be facilitating cheaper cost of funds for companies like yours and of course HUDCO as well. Can you help us explain how meaningful is it? How does the cost of capital come down due to 54EC?
See, 54EC is the capital gain bonds issued by the issuer, where the subscriber contributes whatever capital gain they are having. If they are investing that gain in that security for a defined period of 3 years, as of now that is 3 years, then they get tax exemption on that. So whether by sale of shares, I think as of now it is more than a year, then it will be considered as a long-term capital gain. And in case of properties, that is more than 3 years. So, and normally, as on date, probably the rates are going around 5.25 in that space. Both REC, PFC, they are raising through that source. Other infra companies were allowed earlier also, and many have opted out. But we, being a 100% green finance company, we do not have any kind of concessional support to support the sector which can speed up this 500 gigawatt installation in the country. we had requested our ministry, and we have been requesting, and our ministry has already forwarded our request to Finance Ministry. We are expecting that probably now that is in advanced stage, and they will take a final call on this. Along with us, also I came to know UTCO had also submitted their request. If we get, so in addition to PFC, REC will be another 2 agencies. So we can go to market and we can raise from the market, assuming if it is 5.25 or even 5.5. Today we are raising from the market at 7.5, 7.4, something like that, because 1 week back we raised around 1,500 crore for 10 years, and it was 7.42. So against that, if it is 5.2, so almost 150 to 200 bips difference will be there. And if we pass on that to the sector, remember one thing: the new and emerging sector, the challenges are more. So when challenges are more, we load that risk factor to the interest. So many projects which are not becoming bankable today because of that loading, if we have a cheaper source of borrowing, then that much can be passed on to the sector, and the project which are not becoming bankable today, those will become bankable. And that will further speed up this 500 gigawatt target in the country. And if you see last 4 years also, why I'm saying 4 years, 4 years we have a very focused, dedicated mindset of having numbers, but more into qualitative improvement with respect to quality asset, with respect to quality corporate governance, with respect to quality compliance of RBI.
Sure. Sure, Mr. Das, just because of the paucity of time, I quickly wanted to bring on a couple more points. You managed to sanction almost 5x kind of number on a year-on-year basis. What could be the full year number with respect to the sanctions that you have planned? And also there's a bit of a chatter of a FPO which might be on the cards. On the funding part of things, are you well funded, or there could be a, a follow-on offer that might come through for the markets?
See, I have spoken earlier, again I can, if you see last 4 years, our CAGR growth is much above than the country's RE growth. So therefore, demand side is there, and only we have to augment supply side. As an NBFC, augmenting supply side, what I mean is having sufficient equity so that we can go for maximum borrowing with a healthy CRAR, so that our rating is continued and sustained at AAA stable. Second, we have to focus on quality of the assets. Like as of now, 2/3 of our assets are commissioned assets. When assets are commissioned, your provisioning requirement in RE project are not that much required. Therefore, our provision coverage ratio vis-a-vis other thermal financing company ratio is quite huge gap. We had March around 76, against they had around 70, we had 56, they had around 76 plus. So that 20% of higher provisioning coverage, which they are doing, which we need not do. So which is supporting to improvise our bottom line. Lesser provisioning means my bottom line is up. So that is one. And second, we have to always see, being the sole extended arm of MNRE, N stands for new and renewable energy. Whenever new sources of energy financing will come, challenges will be there. So we need to have vanilla RE as well as new and challenging RE. So we need to have a balance out. And in the new and challenging RE, our due diligence, compliance, governance, review and monitoring has to be much more robust. And today, the kind of review monitoring in what we are having in place, every quarter we have a very close interaction with our borrowers to understand what is the sectoral issues, their project issue, state-specific issue, country-specific issue, and what is issue with respect to us also. At the same time, we share our concern with respect to their governance also. So that kind of win-win situation we are trying to maintain. And in the time to come, don't look at what number we are going to sanction or what number we are going to disburse. Definitely, whatever rate we are maintaining, we will sustain or further improvise on that. And I always tell my team, don't look at number. Focus on our fundamentals. Since the market size is so huge and expectation from the market on us is so huge, so we have to be more responsible and sensibly you have to. So therefore, we are focusing on qualitative governance, best quality compliance with respect to RBI and rating agencies parameters.
Oh, absolutely, Mr. Das. And I guess the markets as well are following that number. Your stock is currently almost nudging 200. It's holding up nearly 4% in trade right now as we speak. But thank you so much for making time out and speaking with us today.
Thank you very much.